Well, to be able to go into the National Teachers Hall of Fame, you have to have been a state teacher of the year or the national teacher of the year. And only 5 people are chosen every year to go into the Hall of Fame. And it's quite a process. There's paperwork, you have to be nominated, there's a lot of paperwork to be filled out, and the judging goes before a huge committee of professionals, college professors, I would imagine, maybe presidents of companies. It's quite a selection committee. And then five people that kind of rise to the top of whoever they have nominated are chosen. And so we had a surprise last Thursday. A man from Kansas, from the National Teachers Hall of Fame, came, and my family and friends and people were there, and I had no idea. And so to be honored like this, I mean, first of all, to have an art teacher, I mean, art is kind of like the stepchild of the educational, we don't get sometimes the recognition because we're not a science or math teacher. And so to be an art teacher first, to be recognized, and then to be the first Idaho teacher to be in the National Teachers Hall of Fame is so incredible. But I have to tell you, it's an award that you never get on your own. It's been years and years of people who support you, your family being number one, your best friends, your other teachers, certainly the teaching community, great administrators that I've had. I've had some poor administrators, and I've had those that have just let me fly. And state superintendents like Marilyn Howard, Jerry Evans, Cecil Andrus, governor. I mean, they are all such advocates of education. And my greatest principal of all, Lloyd Schiller in Mountain Home, Kevin Stanger, Ralph Kern from Skyview High School, where I finished out my tenure. People like Barbara Morgan, astronaut Barbara Morgan, people who have just lifted you up and allowed you to fly. In art, you can do something different every day if you want. And I am such an advocate for taking education out of the classroom. And because education doesn't just happen behind 4 walls, education happens in life. And you have to get kids out of the classroom, and you also have to be very passionate about what you do, and the kids have to see that you are passionate. And so I always took kids out of the classroom, and especially I had a Project Van Gogh where I would take kids, put them in a van, and we would go to tiny rural schools around the state of Idaho on dirt roads, tiny one-room schoolhouses that had maybe 1 student, 3 students, 5 students, or 20 students, and we would take them art for the day. And so teaching, you have to find creative ways to keep your own passion. And for me, a big part of that was Project Van Gogh, and taking high school students who essentially were nobody to anybody. You take them to a small school where all of a sudden they become somebody to those little kids in that school, and they teach your lessons, and the kids love them and hug them and embrace them, and all of a sudden a lot of these at-risk kids that you've taken with you are somebody. And it's just such a powerful, powerful thing.